Yo, what's up guys, it's Goblin here, welcome to this new episode. In today's video, I'm gonna try and reach 15,000 trophies in Clash Royale. Season just got reset, so we all went back to 12,000 trophies. And in today's video, I'm gonna try and get there with this best 2.6 Hogs cycle deck. It's not the very classic 2.6 deck with the Musketeer, with the Ice Golem, but this is definitely the best Hog Rider deck, the best Hog cycle deck in the game right now. So let's start off by cycling skeletons. Looks like the opponent is gonna be running Mother Witch, plus a mini P.E.K.K.A. Okay, gonna be interesting to see what he's running. I think we should be able to defend this quite easily. Let's go with a barbell to distract everything a little bit upwards. And in the meantime, the cannon and the tower is gonna put in work. What could mini P.E.K.K.A. Mother Witch be? Maybe a Mega Knight deck? I've seen this Mega Knight deck played quite a bit recently with quite some success. I also used it a little bit myself the other day. Looks like instead he's gonna be running Sparky. So definitely not gonna be Mega Knight. Let's cycle skeletons here to cycle towards our evolution. I'm gonna go with Mighty Miner ability last second. I don't want the Sparky to hit it, but I kind of want to see if he would drop something against it. Let's try and cycle my E-Spirit right here, and hopefully we can reset or at least distract the Sparky with it. He's gonna go with a Mother Witch. I feel like he's kind of low in elixir. We do still need to be very careful with the Sparky though. Definitely not a situation to go in for a Hog Rider at all. He is gonna have the Mother Witch right there. We actually need to be careful because now thinking about it, we are gonna give him a lot of Mother Witch value. The skeletons are gonna stay alive. I don't even know what is going on right now. And guys, he doesn't have either of the Zap or Rage in cycle, so we might be able to get a crazy evil skeletons interaction right here. Let's see what he has available to defend them, but I don't think he has a lot. As I said before, he used both the Zap and the Rage spell, but look at the skeletons, guys. Oh my god, we are gonna get so much value out of the skeletons. That's pretty much gonna be tower down, 542 HP left onto his left side tower. That is, yeah, as I said, pretty much tower down. So let's go with a Firecracker here. Firecracker is gonna at least take care of the Mega Me, and it did end up missing the Dark Prince. I hate when Firecracker tries to hit something and just completely misses. Okay, he's gonna activate the King Tower, but that is pretty much when we already took his tower down. Like at this point, is it really worth it? I think he's gonna go mini P.E.K.K.A. Let's go for a prediction Firecracker on top of it, and let's kind of wait and see what we can get going. I think I'm gonna have to go with a Mighty Miner ability, trying to protect the Firecracker. He is gonna end up using the Zap. Let's have the E-Spirit ready here, and let's go with a Mighty Miner directly on top of the Sparky. As soon as we reset it, let's go with skeletons, let's go with a Firecracker, and this is looking like a nice and easy defense already. All we need to do is gonna cycle 2 Earthquakes or get a Hog Rider hit, but I think 2 Earthquakes here is gonna be the safest option. Or maybe the Firecracker is actually gonna take it. Yeah, looks like the Firecracker is gonna get the shot. That is huge for us. Let's go with E-Spirit, let's go with skeletons right here as well, and I think that should be pretty much good game. There's still 10 seconds left. We still need to be careful, but I think we should be able to distract everything long enough to the point where we are gonna win the match. Time is gonna run out, but anyways, we were able to defend it, or we were able to kind of hold on, kind of, yeah, stay alive right there. So very nice first game. Definitely not an easy match. I mean, I would say that the matchup was still decent for us, but at least from my experience, Sparky is never an easy deck to play against unless you have like a really good counter deck. I feel like Sparky is always kind of tricky, always kind of annoying. So opponent's gonna start off with Valkyrie. Let's go with Hog Rider here, opposite lane. I feel like with Hog cycle, the most important thing to do is try and take advantage of single elixir. Not in every match you will be able to do so, but there are just certain matchups, certain situations where if you outcycle your opponent in single elixir, you will be able to get so much damage and you will be able to get so much value. So interesting Royal Giant deck right here. We should be able to defend the Royal Giant before it gets a shot. Nice, perfect. Let's go with Hog Rider, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, we only just now started the match, and this is already the second Hog Rider going towards his right side tower. He's not gonna have a lot of elixir. He's not gonna have the best cycle. Skarmy was not available yet, and we are able to, by doing so, get a lot of damage right here. So let's make sure we do distract the mini P.E.K.K.A. just a little bit longer for the Firecracker to get that extra shot in. Maybe I should have let her die, thinking about it now, because now he could, if he wants to, activate the King Tower, but looks like he doesn't even go for it. Instead, he goes with the Princess at the bridge. So, okay, let's go with a Barbell. If he would have gone with Skarmy, we had Earthquake ready, if anything. Typical mid-ladder deck, guys. I mean, if you're playing Trophy Road, expect the unexpected is, I think, the best sentence, the best lesson you guys could learn from today's video, because Trophy Road is crazy. Like, Trophy Road could be anything. Like, he could even have a free spawn here, and I would not be surprised. Okay, let's go with Firecracker here off to the side. I feel like we should, okay, kind of be careful. But at the same time, we can maybe let the Royal Giant get the damage that it's gonna get. And then try and get a Hawk Rider going here. Knowing that he has Skeleton Army, let's go for an Earthquake prediction. He is gonna go with the Skeleton Army, so that Earthquake is just gonna completely delete it, take care of the skeletons right away. Hawk Rider getting so much damage right there. And let's go with a Barbell here. Okay, so damage-wise, we're looking pretty good. Would have liked to use the evil skeletons at some point there, but because of the evil Royal Giant, we were not able to. Now we are able to do, and oh my god, he actually misses the skeletons, so the skeletons are gonna stay alive. They're gonna stack up. Let's go with a Hawk Rider twice in a row. No way, right? Okay, twice in a row. We're gonna take that, and we're also gonna take that tower by getting the double prediction right there. Let's go with a Mighty Miner, and that is why it's so important to always keep track of your opponent's deck and keep track of your opponent's cycle. Like, not always every single card is gonna be important. And by the way, I think after that double prediction, he is gonna give up. So let's go with a Hawk Rider. Let's go with the E-Spirit Barbell. Let's quickly cycle to get the 3-count. Mighty Miner in this case is gonna be the one 3-counting him. So let's give him the good game. And what I was talking about is that it's not always important to keep track of every single card. I think no one really does that. Maybe Muhammad Light does. I honestly don't know. Never asked him about it. But at least from my experience talking with some other pro players, people always focus on the most important cards. Think about spells, think about important counters to your deck. In this case, Skeleton Army. Even though it's not like a huge counter to my deck, if we can catch him with just a Skeleton Army and us having the Earthquake ready, it could be huge, guys. So for example, here I'm gonna go Earthquake, knowing that the Hawk Rider is gonna sneak through, is gonna get a hit. He does have the Goblin Barrel, so I need to be careful when spending my Barbell, but I think with our deck, should be able to defend the Goblin Barrel even without having the Barbell available. Like if we go Firecracker Skeletons, for example here, Firecracker, and then Skeletons like this, should be able to get a nice and easy defense. So do I go Hawk right side? I guess I'm gonna go Hawk left side. If he goes Bomb Tower, which I'm not sure if he's back to yet, I mean, especially when creating content, it's hard for me to keep track of cycle and keep track of everything. I always try and do my best, but it's definitely not easy. But for you guys, if you're kind of new to Clash Royale or just trying to level up your game, I highly recommend trying to focus on counting cycle, focusing on the very important cards. And maybe some of you are even not familiar with how the interaction works. Basically how it works is whenever someone uses a card, they need to play 4 cards to have that 1 card back in cycle. Like let's say for example, his Bomb Tower. He did not play 4 cards yet. After spending the Dark Goblin, he did, and because of that, we are able to get the Hawk Rider, sneaking through his defense, getting a lot of damage, getting a big connection right there. That is so important, guys. Like for example here, we can count again and try and outcycle him again. Like for example there, he just used his Bomb Tower. We are already cycling and we are already almost back. Did he give up, by the way? Okay, never mind. I guess we're not gonna be able to do the example in this specific match because this seems to be another player giving up. I honestly kind of feel bad for him because he's a level 14 King Tower, he has a level 14 Princess Tower, but that's just how it works. That's just how Clash Royale is sometimes. Do feel bad for him though, because of course, it's never easy and it's never fun being under-leveled, having to face someone with maxed out cards. So anyways, let's hop into the next match right away. Let's focus on that one example one more time, just so you guys can kind of understand what I'm trying to say, and hopefully you guys can learn from it as well. Okay, let's cycle Skeletons right here. He's gonna go Wallbreakers. That is why I always recommend going with Skeleton Split, because this way you can, if he goes for example Wallbreakers, you counter it for 1 elixir. If he goes with anything at the bridge, Princess, whatever card he drops at the bridge, the Skeletons are gonna be able to distract, the Skeletons are able to take care of Wallbreakers. Just in general, it's a nice play to do. Okay, let's see what we're gonna be facing here. I think this is gonna be Mega Knight probably. Let's wait a little bit. Okay, he's definitely gonna pop his Archer Queen ability. Let's go for a Mighty Miner here last second to take care of the Archer Queen. I think he's gonna have Mega Knight evolution. Probably has like Goblin Gang, Bandit. Yeah, there's the Goblin Gang. I've seen this deck quite a bit recently, so we need to be careful. Let's go with a Barbell, especially seeing that he's running the Dagger Dashes. Dagger Dashes was kind of low on daggers right there. Good moment for us to go with the Barbell. Let's have the Firecracker ready. Let's go with the E-Spirit and let's try and defend the Wallbreakers by going Cannon there. Beautiful sequence, such a nice play right there, because we take care of his push and we even activate the King Tower. Okay, let's go with a Mighty Miner. I think I'm gonna just pop my ability. Let's go with Skeletons directly on top of the Archer Queen. I think he's gonna go, or maybe he doesn't even need to. Yeah, I was about to say maybe he doesn't even need to. because of the fact that he has the dagger dashes. So important right here. I feel like we spent quite a lot of elixir, guys. By activating the King Tower, we definitely overspent. Good thing for us is that he can't really punish us. Like, if he would go with a Mega Knight, it's not directly, how do you say, like, very dangerous. Let's go with the E-Spirit. Let's go with a Hawk Rider like this, by the way. I know it's kind of crazy, but my Psycho right there just wasn't good at all. If he goes with a Mega Knight, we're gonna get the Firecracker going. He might be forced to go with arrows. If he doesn't go arrows, we can go with the Mighty Miner. I'm still gonna go with the Mighty Miner here. I think Mighty Miner should be able to take care of the Mega Knight. If he does go with a Zap, that would still be able to take care of it. Let's go with Skeletons. Let's go with the E-Spirit. And let's go with a Hawk Rider right here. Why do I go so aggressive? I know that he doesn't have Mega Knight in Cycle, guys. Mega Knight out of Cycle means that it's hard for him to stop the Hawk Rider push. And that is indeed gonna get a lot of damage, a lot of value. So what do we need to focus on in this type of matchup? The arrows. Arrows are very scary. Arrows can be very annoying for us. So let's try and cycle back to the Firecracker as soon as possible here. Second, the Mighty Miner is so important. If the Mighty Miner can take care of his Mega Knight, if the Mighty Miner can stack up, it will be able to get a lot of value. Let's go with Skeletons here. Let's go with a Cannon off to the side. Already looking like a nice defense. And we could go for Hawk Rider because he's going to have to defend the left side and defend the right side. It's going to be awkward for him to defend the left and the right at the same time. So look at the Mighty Miner, guys. He's too focused on the Hawk Rider. Well, the Mighty Miner on the left side, that is pretty much towered down. I mean, it's not going to quite be towered down, but honestly, I think this is going to be a good game. I don't think he has a lot of elixir. He's probably going to go with Goblin Gang if we do go with Hawk, or actually he might have enough for Mega Knight. Let's make sure. Okay, I could have gone for the prediction. Not really worth to risk it, especially if you're in such a situation like we were, to the point where you don't necessarily need to make the risk. Like, what's the point of risking something if you have everything under control? So perfect situation of how to play against, or perfect example, I should say, of how to play against Mega Knight. Mega Knight is definitely considered to be a good deck against Cycle. Our version is just so solid, so yeah, good though. And I really like the play we did there against the Bandit. Not necessarily worth it in every situation, but if you have the chance to activate your King Tower, definitely try and do it, and definitely try to be creative with it as well. Okay, so far doing good, guys. We're pushing quite some trophies in today's video. Always fun playing Trophy Road, even though sometimes you might end up facing these crazy mid-ladder decks. It gives me good vibes, it gives me good memories to play Trophy Road. Okay, let's see what we're facing here. Goblin Barrel, XC, definitely gonna be some more of a mid-ladder type of deck. Let's go with Hawk Rider here. Nice, he did not allow our Firecracker to shoot the cannon. This way he's not gonna activate the King Tower, and we are gonna get a ton of damage there with the Hawk Rider as well. So very nice situation, very nice start to the match right here. Okay, let's go with E-Spirit. Cannon should be able to clean up all of those recruits. And note how we're almost back to Hawk Rider. I don't know exactly what deck he's running, so I'm not sure if it's worth it for us to just right away go for another Hawk Rider. Like, I was not expecting a mirror, so especially when playing Trophy Road, I recommend you guys to be a little bit more careful, because I don't know why, but on Trophy Road I feel like players in general, are always kind of more aggressive. I'm not sure if you guys experience the same thing when playing, but I face a lot of players which are like super ultra aggressive. On ranked, it usually is a little bit different, but I'm not sure if it's just me facing the crazy players, or if everyone is facing those players, and if everyone on Trophy Road is like that. Okay, hopefully Hunter is not gonna get a shot. Looks like it is unfortunately gonna get the shot. I'm not sure if this guy's running a spell, by the way. I wonder if he has a spell. Let's try and find out if he has a spell by going Mighty Miner plus Skeletons right here. Okay, he does have the arrows. Not sure if he showed it before. Is he gonna mirror the cannon if I go with Hawk Rider here? I think he has mirror available again. I think he might try and do it. Let's see if he does. Looks like he doesn't instead. Hawk Rider is gonna make it to the tower. I guess he doesn't have any elixir. He's gonna go with recruits right there, but just a little bit too late. Firecracker right here at the bridge should be able to get a lot of damage, to the point where it's probably even gonna be towered down. Let's go with Skeletons, and I think at this point we pretty much won the match already. I mean, Hawk Rider sometimes is considered to be a high skill deck, which I kind of agree, but at the same time sometimes I feel like it's kind of easy to play as well. Like, if you guys are trying to get into a deck, if you guys are trying to improve in Clash Royale, I feel like Hawk Earthquake is a great deck to pick up, just because of how you can outcycle, outplay your opponents without it being extremely difficult. Like, it's definitely not an as easy deck to play compared to, for example, let's say Elixir Golem. Like, Elixir Golem, you can just turn off your brain, and you can just spam troops behind the Elixir Golem. With this deck, you definitely need to be aware of the situation, aware of the match, try and figure out how to outcycle him, try and figure out what counters he has against your deck. But overall, I feel like it's not that difficult of a deck to pick up. Like, I feel like Hog Rider is definitely an easier cycle deck compared to other decks, which might be like Minor Poison, Minor Rocket, or maybe even another cycle deck. Okay, so far doing very good, guys. I'm not sure how many wins we are away from getting to 15,000, but we are slowly but surely pushing up a lot with Hog Earthquake. I'm telling you guys that this Hog Earthquake deck is insane right now. Okay, I think we're facing a quick cycle deck. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a quick cycle bait type of deck. Nice skeletons right there, at least to not take too much damage from the Dark Golem. Good thing for us is that this type of bait deck, generally speaking, doesn't have a building. And guys, let's go with a Mighty Miner here early. Why do I do this? If he wants to pop his ability, then we can just pop our own ability. It would have been so much more awkward for us to defend the Skeleton King after it pops its ability, because it's gonna force out the Barbell, it's gonna force out spells we don't want to be spending. Okay, let's have the E-Spirit ready. Could have maybe even taken the Dart Golem damage there, but I guess just in case we do go into a 2-tower situation or he decides to switch lanes against us, let's go with a Firecracker here. I don't really want to take any unnecessary damage, especially in single elixir, and then this way we also cycle towards our evil Firecracker without having the risk of giving him the King Tower activation. Like, all those decision makings, all those thought process is so important. Of course, not always, but having like a strategy, thinking ahead of your opponent, being, yeah, just aware of the matchup, aware of the situation, I feel like it's so important. Okay, let's go with a Barbell, let's go with a Mighty Miner here as well. Barbell is gonna take care of that. We can go with a ability right here, and let's go with Skeletons onto the Suspicious Bush, and note how we just took care of everything. Like, being calm, being patient is so important in this situation. I feel like many people would have panicked, would have not known how to defend the left and the right side at the same time. They see an evil Dart Golem, they're like, okay, I need to be very careful against the evil Dart Golem. Yes, of course, be careful against the evil Dart Golem, but don't panic. I think that's also an advice I can give pretty much anyone trying to improve in Clash Royale, trying to reach 15,000 trophies. Okay, so let's see what he's gonna do. Looks like he's gonna go for a Dart Golem. Let's make sure that we do distract the Dart Golem. Let's go with Skeletons. Let's even go with the E-Spirit. I feel like if not, the Dart Golem would have been able to potentially get a hit right there. And let's, I think, just have the Barbell ready. What I can try and do is go with a Mighty Miner ability. He does know the play. Like, that is always a thing as well. Try to not be like too predictable, because sometimes people might be, and not in this specific situation because our defense was still very nice, but try to not be too predictable to the point where if you have a skeleton army, don't always go with the skeleton army against the Hog Rider. Try to sometimes be unpredictable, try to sometimes kind of surprise your opponent. So this is looking like a good game. I must admit that this matchup is very good for us. We do have a very solid defense against all of his spam, and it's hard for him to defend our Hog Rider. So very nice W, very nice victory. Well, trying to explain a lot for you guys about like thinking ahead, being steps ahead, just in general, having a game plan, and always try to be calm and try to be, how do you say, like ready for the next place. Like if you are ready and if you're playing solid, they shouldn't really be able to, how do you say, like catch you off guard or put you in a bad spot. Okay, Princess at the Bridge first play, kind of an annoying play, especially when not having Lock in our deck, but I guess it's fine. Let's cycle Mighty Miner here in the back. Princess, 9 out of 10 times is gonna be lock bait, and looks like he is indeed gonna be, I would say, running some kind of lock bait deck here. Okay, Firecracker not really doing a great job, but not doing a bad job either. Let's go with a Hog Rider here. Let's have the Earthquake ready. He's gonna go with his Goblin Barrel, and oh my god, the Mighty Miner is, okay, I was about to say maybe gonna get a lock. Looks like he is gonna get the Knight. Still do get a big hit from the Firecracker there, and let's have the Firecracker ready for his Princess. I would like to try and cycle my Firecracker evolution as soon as possible. Okay, or should we go Cannon and then Hog Firecracker for his Goblin Gang? If he goes Princess here, we might be able to Cannon react. Okay, and then we know that his Inferno Tower is not in cycle yet. He has Goblin Gang, Hog Rider, and then Firecracker for his Goblin Gang. Perfect, guys. Do you guys see how I'm already thinking ahead? And without really talking about it, I knew that he didn't have the Inferno Tower in cycle. Like, did you guys remember when I was talking about the 4-card cycle? Try to be aware, try to be ready to outcycle, outplay, especially in single elixir, guys. I'm telling you guys that single elixir is so important for Hawk Rider. Okay, seeing that the barrel is a little bit behind the tower, I just went with the E-Spirit right there. Let's have the Mighty Miner ready here in the middle, a little bit higher just in case he does go for the Princess at the bridge. And note how the right timing is, I go Mighty Miner, he went Princess. He didn't go for it at the bridge, but I was already thinking about a potential next play. I was already thinking about, yeah, his cycle and his potential plays. Okay, Firecracker is gonna get quite some value. We do need to be careful here with the Princess. I think a cannon could be a nice play, and let's go with skeletons here as well. Okay, we're definitely gonna take quite some damage from the Goblin Gang on the right side. Unfortunate timing, maybe I was a little bit too aggressive. Let's see if we can outcycle his Inferno Tower. Not sure if he's quite back. Looks like he is not back yet, so Hawk Rider is gonna make it to the tower. I think at this point all we need to do is just play solid defense. We'll either spell cycle him out or just try to outcycle him with the Hawk Rider, which so far has been very nice, very good for us. Okay, let's go with Earthquake. If he does go with a Goblin Barrel, we have E-Spirit or Bard Barrel ready. And I think he is gonna defend this Hawk Rider nicely, but we might be able to, as I said before, outcycle him as we have been doing during pretty much the entire match. So let's go with E-Spirit, let's go with Firecracker, let's go with a Bard Barrel here as well. Let's go with a Hawk Rider. Building is out of cycle, so he's probably gonna go with a Goblin Gang. Let's go with an Earthquake prediction. For the Goblin Gang, Hawk Rider is not gonna get a hit. I thought it would get a hit actually. I expected it to get a hit right there. Okay. For example there, I had Firecracker. Why would I go with Firecracker if it's such an obvious play? Now I could go with Firecracker as soon as the night goes down, because maybe he's not gonna predict it instantly, and looks like he's not gonna predict it. Instead, he's gonna rocket our King Tower, knowing that there's no way for him to make a comeback right there in that specific situation. And the matchup, I must admit, was very good for us as well. We have a quick cycle. We can often outcycle his Inferno Tower. We can often make sure we don't take almost any damage ourselves and just slowly but surely chip him out, either with Hawk Rider connections, Firecracker chip damage, or even Earthquake cycle if necessary. Okay guys, definitely a longer video than usual. Hopefully you guys are still watching, hopefully you guys are learning, hopefully you guys are enjoying. If you are, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's a lot of people that watch my videos without being subscribed, and it's not a must, but if you guys do enjoy my content, if you do want to support me, I would really appreciate it. Okay, let's make sure with E-Spirit here, just in case he goes with skeletons or something. Cannon should be able to take care of the Expo, and ooh, he's gonna have Nado, I think. Let's see if he can maybe... Okay, he is gonna Nado already. Wait, what? That is so aggressive. I feel like he's not gonna have almost any elixir right here. He already knows it. He caused a good game. I was like, wait, after seeing the Nado, there's no way he has a lot of elixir. He's actually gonna give up. We are gonna take the W with, in the first minute of the match, just by playing calm. And that is what I was talking about earlier in the video. There are so many players on Trophy Road that are extremely aggressive. Like, if you are playing calm, if you kind of take advantage of the aggressiveness of your opponent, if you take advantage of the mistakes he makes, like, what did we do here to win the match? We didn't do a crazy outplay, we didn't do a crazy prediction, we only just played calm, cycling in the back, reacting to his plays, and he just lost the game himself. Like, I realistically didn't even win that game. I feel like he just gifted the game to us. Like, there's a difference between winning the game yourself and outplaying your opponent, and they're just, yeah, being patient, being calm and collected, and winning the match because of that. Okay, let's go with a Hawk Rider here, knowing that the Firecracker is gonna stay alive. This is always a good play to do, because often, whatever they drop to defend your Hawk Rider is gonna force the Firecracker to shoot it, and it's also gonna get chip damage. Like, for example here, look at how much elixir he just spent. He did get the King Tower activated, which is of course not the best thing for us to happen. Ice Wizard is gonna get a little bit of chip damage, but realistically the King Tower against Hawk Rider doesn't matter that much. Like, it's a good thing to do, yes, but it's not like the end of the world, I guess. Okay, we might be facing Graveyard here, by the way, which Graveyard is not the easiest matchup, but I think if we play it well, we should be able to outplay him. Let's keep a little pressure here with the Hawk Rider. I think he's gonna go... Okay, he's back to Cannon. I was about to say, I think he's gonna go Guards. Pretty sure if he would have gone Guards reactively, he would have been able to defend the Hawk Rider without a single hit. But anyways, good start. Matchup, I would say is decent, but not the easiest. I guess we kind of need to be patient and need to be careful here. Okay, let's go with a Mighty Miner ability. Let's cycle E-Spirit here towards the left side. Not sure if it's gonna get a connection. Yeah, with the Ice Wizard, it's not gonna get a connection. Let's go with Firecracker. I don't think he's gonna expect the Firecracker that early from us. And with the cannon there, whatever he drops, like for example here, he goes Barbell. I don't really need to be careful against the... let's keep a lot of pressure here, by the way. Let's go with Hog Rider. Let's go with Evil Skeletons. Barbell is out of cycle. Not sure if he has something good against the Skeletons right now, but they might be able to stack up into the night. Oh, that was close. Okay, knowing that he has Graveyard, knowing that Double Elixir is about to hop or start right now, let's go with a Mighty Miner at the base, just in case he would have gone with the Graveyard. This way we just make sure that we do not give him like the potential attack he wants to make. Okay, Firecracker here. Let's go with a Hog Rider as soon as possible. If he goes Barbell, we have the E-Spirit ready if necessary. And this is looking pretty good for us right now. Okay, let's go with a Mighty Miner here. Let's go with the E-Spirit as well. Let's have the Barbell ready. Hopefully we don't take too much damage from the Graveyard. I decided to not go Earthquake there. Knowing that he has Cannon, I feel like the Earthquake is actually very important for us offensively. So let's go with a Hog Rider. Let's go with the Earthquake against the Cannon. Let's see if we can get onto the tower. Unfortunately, the Firecracker is gonna go down, and man, this is looking very difficult. Oh, he might actually activate the King Tower here though. If we are lucky, we can actually get a spawn to hit onto the King Tower. Not gonna be quite the case. That's a lot of damage we are taking from the Graveyard. The Baby Dragon splashing as well, and oh my god, guys, this is not looking good for us. We're gonna need like a miracle right here. Okay, let's think about something we could do to still win this. Let's go with a Hog Rider. Let's go with the Earthquake here as well. I think if he goes Knight, we could go with a Firecracker. Looks like he's not gonna go Knight. Let's still go with a Firecracker here though. That should be able to force out some Elixir. It's gonna force out the Barbell. Let's go with Evil Skeletons. Let's go with a Hog Rider here as well. Let's, I guess, go with a Mighty Miner ability. And let's see if we can get a good cannon to tank for all of that. Nice, really good damage from the Hog Rider. Okay, we're actually getting kind of close. Ice Wizard is gonna get a shot. I'm gonna tank the guards damage. I honestly don't really care about the right side tower that much anymore since we already took so much damage. Is he gonna go Knight? He's gonna let the Barb get a hit. Wow, okay. Let's go with a Firecracker to be annoying. Let's go with a Hog Rider for the same exact reason. Cannon is gonna hit my cannon as well, so let's make sure that we try and distract his Baby Dragon. Let's get a Firecracker, and man, what is my Mighty Miner doing? No way, guys. Okay, this is gonna be so close. I think he's gonna go guard. Okay, let's go with a Mighty Miner to tank. Let's go with Earthquake here as well. Okay. We need the Firecracker to shoot the guards. It's gonna hit the Baby Dragon first, I think. Nice, Hog Rider gets a hit. Let's go with a Hog Rider. Cycle back to Earthquake, and oh my god, guys, we got it. Wow, okay, that lane switch was so important. If we don't lane switch right there, we would have lost, and I personally don't even know how we won that. Like, that matchup was definitely very difficult. Good thing for us that he did not have the Tornado. If that guy runs Tornado, I feel like it's even more difficult. And let's hop into the next match right away. Okay, this guy's gonna start off very aggressive. Let's go. Wow, very aggressive. Wait, can't we just go Hog Rider right here and he's not gonna have any Elixir? That is, yeah, so much Elixir spent from him. He went 5 Elixir with the Hogs, 1 Elixir with the Ice Spirit, 3 Elixir with the Earthquake. As soon as you see so much Elixir spent from your opponent, react to it, guys. Like, try to always be reactive, try to always be aware, as I already said many times into this video, of the situation of the match. Think about potential mistakes your opponent is making or is about to make, and then you can be ready for them. Okay, so definitely gonna be an interesting matchup. I've played this matchup a lot of times, and I've heard a lot of different opinions on this matchup. Like, I've heard many people say this matchup is a hard counter for Hog Rider. Some people say it's a hard counter for Royal Hogs. I personally don't really know who has the matchup in this, who has the matchup in this matchup, but I think anyone could win. Like, realistically, if you play well with Hog Rider, you have a good chance. If you play well with Archer Queen, I think you have a good chance as well. Okay, let's go Skeletons, making sure that the Archer Queen is not gonna get any damage. He's gonna go with a Cannon. I guess he expected us to go with the Hog Rider right there. That is why it's important to not always be like aggressive. Like, try to just play calm, especially when necessary, and try to play aggressive and punish when you get the opportunity. Like, don't force things into a situation where sometimes it's not necessary. Okay, I think he's gonna go with Royal Hogs Evolution maybe. Let's go with a Firecracker here. Ready for the Royal Hogs. Let's go with a Barbell. He is gonna go with Royal Hogs right here. Let's go with a Cannon as well. I think he might go for... Okay, looks like he's not gonna go with a lock or anything. Skeletons here to distract, and let's go with a Mighty Mine as well. If we keep our Firecracker alive, could be good, could be kind of annoying. Probably gonna force out like a delivery for him. There you go, there's the delivery. And we can be ready with the Hog Rider. Okay, so note how I'm not really playing that aggressive, guys. Like, it's good to cycle in single elixir, but it's not always necessary, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not a must to do that. Okay, Firecracker was a little bit too aggressive. Kind of a bad Firecracker for me, not gonna lie. Still should be fine though. Let's go with the E-Spirit. Let's go with a Barbell here as well. Cannon off to the side, making sure that we do not give him any Earthquake value. And let's go with a Mighty Miner ability, knowing that he's gonna pop his Archer Queen ability. This way the Mighty Miner is gonna tank. Okay, nice. We're doing a really good job at defending his pushes while slowly but surely getting more and more damage. And look at the Mighty Miner, guys. Mighty Miner is gonna get so much damage. He's focused on the Hog Rider. Mighty Miner is gonna take the tower right there, and that is gonna be good game. Note how he only, after taking the tower, noted the Mighty Miner is like, oops, okay, I messed up. I did not see the Mighty Miner. Very good play from us, and that is why I love doing the Mighty Miner play against the Archer Queen, because first of all, you defend the Archer Queen in a very nice and cheap way. I mean, it's not that cheap, but I guess you have the Mighty Miner kind of for free. And then afterwards, when you go with the Hog Rider, they're kind of focused on the Hog Rider. They're kind of tunnel visioned, and then they just sometimes forget about your Mighty Miner and can take an entire tower. It's kind of like the Inferno Dragon. When it heats up, it can just do so much damage, and it can even take the tower in certain situations. So guys, last match, if we win of today's video. Okay, let's go with the Firecracker here. I know it's kind of aggressive, but at the same time, I think it was an okay play with our current cycle. I didn't really have that much in cycle, and I was like, okay, let's just go for it. Get some chip damage early in the match. Let's see what he's gonna be using here. Okay, I guess I could go with Hog Rider. Might be a P.E.K.K.A type of deck. Could be something else as well. He is gonna have a Lumberjack. What other cards? Oh no, he's a Hog Rider. Wow, okay. Hog Rider Poison Prediction. That is insane. Hog Rider, he just goes Poison Prediction. I mean, I guess he realized that our building was out of cycle, but going Poison Prediction without really knowing our deck, and even after seeing Firecracker, I guess he should have known. But anyways, not even that bad of a play, because he's winning with damage, so we need to be careful here, guys. Let's cycle Firecracker. Let's make sure that we do end up having the Hog Rider ready if necessary. Let's go with a Mighty Miner here first to protect our Firecracker. Wait, this is actually such a good situation for us, because he is down on elixir for sure after spending Witch, after spending Barbell. Like, that is 7 elixir he just spent. And we can even try and maybe get a Mighty Miner to kind of connect onto the right side tower for a little bit. Oh, that was a nice try from me. Unfortunately, E-Spirit was not tanking, was not distracting. Right side tower still was such an amazing situation. Once again, punishing the opponent's mistake. Like, he spent a lot of elixir. He went Witch, he went Barbell. When I saw it, I was like, okay, we can just protect our Firecracker here. He's gonna have to deal with and the Mighty Miner and the Firecracker. And we can go with Hog Rider. He's not gonna have a lot of elixir. What I love to do, by the way, and I don't think we've done a lot of times. And oh, nice play from him. He was ready for it. Okay, he was actually ready for the play. The play is to go with the Mighty Miner into the lane where you took the tower, go with the ability, and then afterwards the Mighty Miner is just gonna spawn directly on top of the tower on the right side. Okay, we do have to be careful here, guys. This could actually get kind of scary still. Let's go with the Mighty Miner onto the right side lane. Let's have the E-Spirit ready. Let's go with a cannon off to the side as well, plus the evil skeletons, and let's see if we can defend his push while keeping up the pressure ourselves as well. Here I'm just applying pressure. Why? Because there's not a lot of time left in the match. If we force him to spend elixir defensively, and look at the skeletons, by the way. Oh, skeletons almost made it to a tower there. Thought with the E-Spirit to maybe get a small distraction going, and that is gonna be pretty much good game. I think he even gave up at this point. He's not playing a single card anymore. So guys, we did make it to 15,000 trophies in today's video. Very nice video, definitely a bit of a longer video than usual, but hopefully you guys could learn from the gameplay, learn from my talking. I talked pretty much non-stop in today's video, so if you guys lasted all the way until the end of today's video, big shout out to you. Thank you so much for the support. There you go, new arena reached 15,000 trophies with this Hog cycle deck. Some very crazy matches, other matches kind of close and easy, but overall really fun, really good video. So if you guys did enjoy it, please make sure to smack the like button. If not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.